What's an unspoken rule that is universally accepted? Never propose at someone else's wedding, never. Also, don't announce your pregnancy at someone's wedding, looking at you, Harry and Meghan. When you enter an elevator, you face the door. Now I want to walk into an elevator and just face the back wall. On my daily commute, there is an elevator with different exits on different levels. So I always go in and face the exit door for the street level. All the tourists look at me as if I'm a maniac. And when the door opens, they all have to turn around with a look of mild distress on their face, while I exit first. If you work in childcare and see a baby walk for the first time, you don't say anything to the parent. Okay, dead set, never do this. I watched a mother throw her handbag across a room and break down in tears while saying she was a bad mother for not spending enough time with her child. She had been back at work for 3 months, 3 days a week. Single parent, no support. It breaks their hearts. I used to look after my niece for my sister while she worked. Baby walked for first time with me. I never told my sister. The next day she called all excited because the baby had walked. You can't take that away from the parents. You wait for everyone to get off the elevator before you try to get on. Now if only people obeyed that. There is no seating arrangement in a university class, but no one should sit in my seat. One of my high school teachers assigned us all seats in September. Just till I learn your names, then you can move wherever you want. Come springtime, he gleefully pointed out that we were all still sitting exactly where he'd put us. Apparently it was a little experiment he did every year, and he never once had a class change up their seats. If you're watching garbage Facebook videos in the break room and other people are trying to enjoy their hour of peace, wear some fucking headphones. Don't eat food that isn't yours without asking for permission first. Unless it belongs to your younger sibling. Or older sibling, mostly to annoy them. You don't reject your grandma's offer of food, at least in Mexico. You do not initiate small talks with someone with their headphones on. I had a girl do this to me and my dumbass took it as a sign she was into me, because you must really want to chat with someone if you do something like that. Well, what did she want? Apparently she just really wanted to know how I did on the exam. Well, how did you do? He got a 69. Don't fuck with the people who make your food. Don't wear white to another woman's wedding. I learned from my Brazila cousin. You also can't wear white to any event that the bride-to-be is going to be prior to the wedding. Also don't text the bride, or congratulate her, or try to hug her. If you have 2 friends over, who don't know each other, you don't leave them alone. The exception to this rule is if you are trying to set them up. Or if you have to pee, they can survive 5 minutes. How long does it take you to pee? When a child hands you a toy phone, you pretend to have a conversation. Do not go through someone's nightstand drawers. When choosing a urinal, if you possibly can, leave at least one between you and the next guy. No peeking, no talking. Unless you go up to the short one on the end, unzip, and a few seconds later go, "Oh, the water is cold today." You don't microwave fish in the break room at work. You also shouldn't eat a tuna sandwich on your first day of a new job. Then you're stuck with the nickname Big Tuna. If someone asks if you have a pad or tampon, and you have one, give it to her. You'd want someone to do the same for you. There is always a hidden secret behind the waterfall. If you offer something, you offer twice only. If they say no both times, you don't push it. Yeah, that's definitely not how it works in Russian culture. Every end of a meal at a restaurant is basically a back and forth upstaging event. I got this. No, please allow me. Listen, I ate a lot more than you did. Let it be on me. Oh, come on. You can pay next time. Let me get this 1 inch. 5 minutes later in the SpongeBob narrator voice. Sigh, well, alright, I guess you can pay this time. If you notice something on someone that can be fixed within 5 minutes, tell them, shirt stain, food and teeth, etc. Me to cashier. You have a little something right here. Indicates area of face. Pissed off cashier. It's a piercing. Me to myself. That went well. Don't fuck with the receptionist. They decide who sees who. Don't giggle at the awesome farts that you hear someone ripping in a public bathroom. Also, don't talk to strangers at a urinal, please. I was in a bathroom last week and someone ripped an earth-shattering fart. The dude one stall over yelled, "You sunk my battleship," and everyone laughed. Don't start shit at a wedding or funeral. The internet is forever, so be damn fucking careful what you put on it, especially if your real name face details are attached. People will find them and bring them up at the worst possible times. A few seconds of thinking about if it's really a good idea to post that comment, or whatever, can do a lot of good. When making eye contact with someone from a distance, you nod down if you don't know them, and nod up if you do. We don't share toothbrushes. My dad once used my electric toothbrush to clean his dentures, and didn't understand why I was FKing fuming at him. If someone you don't know suddenly strikes up a desperate conversation and seems to be wary of their surroundings while on a night out, they are your best friend. Best friend. Because they're probably being harassed by another drunken patron and need some backup, and I don't care if it's your mortal enemy. You act like you love them because they've got problems. You do not ignore someone like that. This happened to me not 2 weeks ago. My wife, son, and I were at Target doing some shopping, and a young girl, 15-ish, came over and looked scared, but started talking to my wife. Wife picked up what was going on immediately, and gave her a big hug and pretended she was family she hadn't seen in a long time. The girl's mom was at the store next door, so she was there alone, and said that a creepy older dude was following her around the store. She was shaking, she was so scared. I went to scope him out, but he was gone. We hung out with her till her mom showed up. It was scary. If a child shoots you with a toy gun, you act hurt or pretend to die for them. No questions asked? I learned this when I became an aunt, lol. Yeah, I did this and did it too convincingly. My cousin who is 4 hit me with a sword, I dropped dead. Her giggles fade. She looks around and I can tell she was feeling uncomfortable, so I got up and acted like everything was okay, and she screamed her head off while running away crying. Edit. I'm now as convinced as my cousin that I'm a zombie. If you accidentally bump into someone, you apologize, in the US anyway. In Canada, if you bump into someone, you both say sorry until you climax. In England, if you bump into someone, you both freeze and pretend it didn't happen until you climax. You don't flirt with your friend's girlfriend or the girl he's trying to get with. Closing your mouth when you chew. To be fair, that is a spoken rule by most moms. In a long, awkward hallway, as you walk toward someone and they walk toward you, you don't make eye contact or make any kind of greeting till you're about 10 to 15 feet apart. If you're securing something in a truck bed or trailer, you must always say, "That ain't going anywhere," once you've finished. If you are done using the microwave and there is time left, you must clear off the remaining time. Don't be a savage. The problem magically goes away when the person who's there to fix it shows up. You don't take pictures of kids that aren't yours. If someone comes to your home and they are upset, you offer them a hot beverage. If I'm showing you a pic of my crush on Instagram, don't double tap to fucking zoom. When using tongs, you must always click them together a couple times. The second you insult me past a certain degree, everything's on the table and is fair game. If you call me super skinny and make toothpick jokes, I am going to call you Fat Lauren. It goes both ways. Wait, this might just be me. If you make fun of a disability, I can make fun of your miscarriage, Karen. The only difference is one was there at birth and one wasn't, Karen. If your friend lacks money and you go out with them and they refuse to eat, pay for it, you may be biased, but I always make sure my boys eat. If a 2-year-old speaks gibberish to you, you reply with either, "You think so?" or, "Thank you for telling me." If you're the last one to see that the trash can is full, you are obligated to empty it. Don't ruin Santa Claus for little kids. Don't eat smelly food on public transport. Someone on Facebook once posted their bowel movement to see if anyone knew why it was showing a greenish hue. I removed this person from my connections after commenting that it was an unwritten rule not to post your shit on Facebook. What's an unspoken rule that is universally accepted? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.